Meet Joe. He is a gig worker trying to make money using his car. He uses multiple gig apps all at the same time to maximize his earnings. But this can be difficult and dangerous while driving. Sometimes the requests come in so fast Joe can't pick and choose the best trips to take, which can result in lower pay or lower rated disruptive passengers. That was until Joe found Maximo, the automation app that helps gig workers accept and decline trip requests. Maximo will use the filters set by Joe, like time, distance, and rating, to determine which trips are best suited for Joe. When a trip request comes in, Joe doesn't need to worry. Maximo will compare the trip details to Joe's filters and then determine if it should automatically accept the trip, decline the trip, or allow Joe to decide by showing the per mile and per minute rates. When a trip has been accepted, Maximo will turn off the other apps that aren't on a trip. Once Joe finishes a trip, Maximo will turn everything back on. This will allow Joe to reduce his stress and frustration, drive safe, and focus on the important tasks. Check out Maximo at www.maximoapp.com.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday night Gig Worker Rodeo Roundtable, episode 51. 52 is next week, and that's the 1 year anniversary.
Nice.
So we're going to try and do something fun. I'm going to try and put together something fun, but also meaningful. I don't know. Something weird, actually. But let's welcome everybody here because we're all here. We got Kim's Side Money Plans. We got Hannibal is Hungry. We got Dash Theory TV. And we got Mr. Middleton, Gary'sApps.com. You guys, yeah, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy that it's actually coming up on a year. This is pretty cool. I'm excited.
I know you're wondering how we put up with you for a year, huh?
Exactly. and I was looking back at some of them too, and some of them are just like, I forgot how long John was a trooper, dude, for us, like for real, before he was here all the time, which has been a while now, even that, but he was always filling in for one of us, I feel like, except for Kim. Because Kim has perfect attendance.
I was a sixth man for a reason, you know. That's how it started.
I appreciate you, John, because I'm assuming you covered me several times.
I think everybody about once, except for Kim, of course. Yeah.
Except for Kim.
Yeah, no, you covered me twice, I think.
Yeah.
Is it like school? Do I get any? Is it like school and I get something for perfect attendance?
No.
Well,
just the satisfaction
we should give her a deck of cards for 52 out of 52.
Yeah.
But also everybody here in chat, thank you for doing this with us and being here with us every week. Because
you know what though, I don't think Thomas has missed any either.
I would go. I
would bet that he hasn't.
He has seen, and if he has missed one, even or two, I would guess nobody has seen more than Thomas.
Thomas needs some kind of present and some kind of gift.
Solo's in the house, you guys.
Hey, Solo.
That was part of what we need to talk about here, guys. So let's do that right now. So Solo right now, let me pull it up. Solo right now is in a bunch of cities. You can download it everywhere in any city right now that you use these gig apps, and it helps them to start bringing it into your city. But there are several cities where Solo is live, full-blown Solo is live, where it is the pay guarantee model, and which is very interesting. We'll talk about it a little bit later in this episode, but what I will tell you guys is that they're in a bunch of cities. They're in Seattle, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville, Atlanta, Nashville, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, Chicago, Detroit, Columbus, Indianapolis, New Orleans, Oklahoma City, Charlotte, Raleigh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, St. Louis, Kansas City, Louisville, and starting tomorrow,
Tucson, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Portland, Salt Lake City, and Denver.
Nice.
You stole your thunder.
It's fine, right?
I knew he was gonna. I kind of told him to go ahead.
Yeah, he's ready. He was ready. Yeah, they're covering the map very quickly. They're going.
But yeah,
they're
guys. I
spreading
mean,
very fast.
and I mean, John is in Phoenix. I am in Denver. Two of those cities are our cities, and I've been waiting for Solo to get here. So here's the deal, guys: is that Solo is letting me basically do some giveaways. Now, I did a couple creators before the show. John being one of them, because he's in Phoenix and he's on this, and we need to I'm going to be downloading it and connecting all the apps I have, because it's the pay guarantee in mode, and I want to see how this works and the whole thing. I mean, guys, it even does it does mileage tracking, and it does it has a new tax feature for gig workers. That's one of the first. And now I can't speak for it. Be honest, I can't. But I'll play with it a bit. You know, my taxes are going to be already done. I'm not going to do them through it, but
do you know
when it helps?
I haven't checked their website. Is the tax version part of the free version, or is that part of the paid version?
So
or maybe Solo can answer that.
As far as I know, there might be a couple things other than that, but pay guarantee is the only thing that's absent in the free versions. But I'm sure that maybe, it could be like if you wanted, same as like when you file, you can do your taxes on TurboTax, but if you want to file them, you have to pay. Yeah. I don't know. That part I haven't looked into yet, but, so what I am saying is everybody who wants to sign up and who wants to what you can win is 5. I can give away, tonight we can give away 5 3-month subscriptions for the full version. So any of the cities I just named, we can probably post them in the chat. If they're in your market, even if you didn't know it, those are the cities. We'll do a hashtag thing, the StreamYard giveaway thing, a little later into the show. And you guys, if you're in the pay guarantee city, let's try it. Let's all talk about it. And we'll give those away because that's 3 months for free. Because Solo gives you, if I'm correct, 14 days from when you sign up for an account. They give you 14 days to use it as a full model before it has to go from beta to if you want to pay for the pay guarantee. And so this is what we're giving away is 3 months of trying it. So I would suggest, go in. All you need to do is create a Solo account. So, if you already have one, I don't know, Solo's here. Solo, is it cool if they already had one and they won? Or should they create another?
It's not a beta. It's a discount.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, did I call it a beta?
Yeah. And Kim did correct me. I said free version, but I believe that there's not a free version. There is the free trial. Is what I believe.
Oh, there's okay. So it's even to the $7.99.
Well, their website showing $5.99 is what their website is. The site is showing.
But then there's another level too, or no? Is it just
there's 3 levels of it. There's $5.99, $11.99, and $19.99 a month. Go to worksolo.com/pricing, and it'll actually tell you everything that's there, what each tier gives you, and all that great stuff.
But here's what I want to say to everybody that's important too, is that everybody can try it for 2 weeks free. Okay. So
okay, I'm wrong. There is a free version and a free access period.
So okay, so let's look at let's not get into the guts of the app yet. Everybody that hasn't used it, it's in a ton of cities. I know a lot of people who have used it. I talked to Bryce Bennett, who runs the show over there. He came up with Solo. And he's allowed to give out 5 free months where you get the full access, you get the pay guarantee, and you guys can go check it all out. But here's the kicker. If you use my affiliate link that for the month of February only, after this, it will not do this, but you won't get 10, you'll get $20. No matter, even if you're not in a city that's live. If you sign up for Solo and connect any one of your gig accounts in the month of February, you get $20.
And I just want to jump in
right now.
I want to jump in real quick before we continue on. But even if Solo is not live in terms of the premium features like the pay guaranteed, it's still important to check out the app where you're still going to have the mileage tracking and expenses. You're able to track all those things, which is extremely valuable. But Solo needs the information through you download them, even in cities that are not live yet, because they're going to eventually come across the entire country. But Solo needs the information to provide the pay guarantee. They need what's going on in the grounds in the local market. So even if it's not live, still check out the app. I think you'll probably really find it valuable.
Well, I'm pretty sure that probably goes into some of how they launch too. Kim was telling me earlier, the more people in a specific area that downloads it and uses it, even if it doesn't have your pay guarantee in there,
right,
then they're more likely to launch in that city because there's more users in that city.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's what they've been telling us all along. That's what they said to Kim in her interview. I mean, you guys got to know, I actually interviewed Bryce in 2011. You guys had there's not anybody in this chat that had heard of Solo when I interviewed Bryce. I'm putting the challenge down because they were still only in Seattle and it was much different looking of a model. So I've watched Solo from its inception and second round funding all the way through to where they are now. And it followed a direction, but they do a lot of things, man. Like there's a lot of features in there. And I'm very excited myself to test them out for a few months. And, as I told the team, they will be getting honest feedback from all of us that use it. John's going to be using it, guys.
Yep.
So John's in Solo team. John's in Phoenix. I'm in Denver. You guys know that. And I think we're even going to get Gary on too. So, because he's in Oklahoma City, so he can be using it too. So you got 3 good people who are going to evaluate this. So we got you. It works. But everybody, seriously, use that affiliate link, sign up. Sorry, other creators, it's only for the month of February. You all got to take one for the team. This helps everybody out. It doubles up the affiliate amount. And Solo will tell you, I just said take my portion and give it to other people. Let's get people signed up.
Nice.
So,
I'd
rather see people. We all know $20 is way more. $10 is appealing, but $20 is way more. It's easy. You want to do it. Like, let's do it.
Yeah,
So
I really enjoy using it. I like that I can actually see all my earnings on one screen because it just automatically downloads your earnings. And if you have any side hustles, you can actually add them manually onto your earnings as well. So it tracks literally every earning you have throughout the week. So
yeah. And so just so people are aware, it's not in Kim's market. So she's a perfect example. It doesn't have to be live in your market to use it. Like you can totally use it. You just can't do the pay guarantee, but you can even see the model and stuff. You just can't activate it. I guess, is that the right way to say it, Kim? You've been looking at it.
I mean, you just can't really even use the tab that has the pay guarantee, but everything else is live and you can use it, and it really helps. At least for me, it really helps with a lot of things gig work related, from taxes to miles tracker to your earnings being all in one area. Like, there's just so many different features that I think a lot of people don't know about that really help us as drivers.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, guys, this is, if I'm very interested. I got to tell you, Kim, I downloaded it like in 2011 when it was just Seattle. And again, it was, I might have even, Bryce, if you're in here, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it might have just been rideshare. And they were just putting Instacart, I don't think was on there yet or anything. Like, it was just some of the food platforms in the rideshare and only Seattle. It was tiny. And I kind of just knew what they were doing, but I've been waiting to put the app back on, so I haven't even been playing with it. I said as soon as it's live in the city. So now here I am, because tomorrow it's live. I'm downloading it. I know John is. So John, even you, everybody, use that link, and then that way too, when we do the drawing and give 3 months away to 5 of you in a little bit, if you already created an account, all I'll need is the email with that, and I can send it over to Solo. They'll get you 3 months for free. So thank you, Solo. I mean, there's some good talk up here, and I think all of us, I think a lot of you guys wonder when some of us have Buckle or Solo, and we all get an affiliate link. Does the company just throw them out at us, and then we just don't care? No. I mean, at least for me, I think I'm speaking for everybody here. Everybody here. We all, maybe not Gary. Gary's funny. He's like, how much are you gonna pay?
I like money. Yeah, I like money.
Okay, well, the rest of us here with a moral compass, honestly, like I don't know. I only work with companies and promote companies that I believe in, straight up. And even if I haven't tried the product, maybe I've heard enough and talked to enough users where I can at least not firsthand, but speak kindly of it. But I'm looking forward to being able to speaking firsthand, straight up about Solo. So don't drop the ball in Denver Solo or in Phoenix, because John there can nab you. And Gary's got Oklahoma City. But yeah, everybody get signed up, and I think all you got to do to get the $20. Did I clarify? You do have to connect one account. Just pick one. But my thing is as soon as I download it tomorrow, I'm connecting every account that they let me connect, because I want to see what the pay guarantees are. But oh yeah, I don't know. Is it? I didn't even notice. Is it? Because I told the girls from Solo about it, and I didn't even text Bryce tonight, so I don't know if it's Nina or who's using the Solo handle tonight. Because sometimes when Bryce has come in, it's been Bryce. It says Bryce Bennett. So I'm a little confused.
He's going to troll you.
Identify yourself. Yeah, Solo, I don't think that that we get trolled a lot. Luckily, nobody knew this was happening, so I'm not concerned that somebody came in. But yeah, I mean, like, there's some weird stuff that happens on the internet. Well, I'm sure you're aware. Anyway, Solo, that's it, guys. In a little bit, we'll give away a bunch of those, or 5 of those. And again, everybody that signs up with the link I just put in there, should probably pin it to the top. $20 you get right away. That's it. So I wanted to start with an odd topic that I saw that Hannibal posted on. I love this. And I'm not even looking at a story on this one. I just want to talk about it. Mandatory tipping. Hannibal put out a video on it. And
there's no such thing as mandatory tipping. That's a fee.
So
yes.
no, well, technically.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
From the restaurant perspective,
yeah,
man, as a server,
but
trust me, when you see mandatory tipping at a place, you're not going to make very much. Like, because it sucks that when somebody brings hi Nina.
Hey Nina.
Hi, Nina.
Nina.
But when you show on the bill, and you're kind of right, Gary, it is a fee because it shows it like a line item. But when you say tip 18%, a lot of people that would tip 25, 30% are now going to just tip the 18. And I'm telling you out of experience, even the people who loved your service, they almost get mad at the location. This is the bar industry. But
isn't that usually in a case when there's like a large party though?
Or it was like a
no. There's restaurants here in Denver. There's restaurants where if you're a server or bartender, there's mandatory tip. Yeah, like especially the restaurants tied to the nicer hotels that are some of the nicer ones downtown. Like, yeah, they have mandatory tipping.
I always said that any order, kind of like the restaurant industry, like if you have 6 or more people, like what John was saying, at a table, it's like a mandatory. I think it's like 15%. I almost feel like the same thing not should apply, or a version of it, if it is over like $100 order. Like there should be like a minimum tip requirement on some of like the larger orders.
You know what I would tell you though, as a server, as all my years of serving and bartending, I would say if given the opportunity at any location, even a place I've never worked that's notorious for not tipping, if they said 18% or you can work it, I said, I'll work it. Take it off the bill. I would much rather work for my tip than get 18%. Like if there's 6 people there, I'm actually counting on 30% now because I'm expecting a lot of them to throw in.
See, that's always a philosophical question I've wondered about tipping, is that when there's a large, not saying when there's a large group, when there's, using that example, there's 6 people. Is it the ideal way for everybody to tip their own percent, or do they look at the whole party and say, okay, the same way you would look at a mandatory table and just say the whole check is this much, we don't split it, just add 18% on top? What comes out better there on average?
I just know me. If I ever went out with a large party, I always tipped beyond what the restaurant
Always.
man always.
Okay. Oh, okay. You mean even if it was written out?
Yeah.
Though.
So
Okay.
even if it was written, I'm saying 15% will be automatic gratuity. Like I still left more than the 15% at the table because I always felt like the waitress or waiter was getting shafted just by that minimum 15%. But that's just me, like going out with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that as well. Like usually it's everybody throws in, usually because it's like a large party, usually ends up with one ticket. So the other people who aren't, swiping their card end up just cashing out the tip, and they kind of get both.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. I have a little different view on it. I guess that, it also rings in people's heads. I can tell you this, like, working a bar for 8 years across the street from the baseball stadium here, which is big. I mean, we have a bigger stadium, and the Rockies host a lot of different teams. So we get a lot of games, and we were right across the street. There's a whole little district of lower downtown, Lodo down there. There are places, very few, probably about, maybe 10, 15% of the locations that do, we've added a blank tax. Of course, there are people who pay it and then over tip it by a ton. But I can tell you this, and it's a weird thing. I just know this from being in the industry and knowing the people. They get a bad taste, and even if it's not registering they tend not to go back to those places.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. It just starts feeling like a place like, dude, I don't want to be like.
It's interesting you bring that up because that was the whole point of that video, was to say the first app that decides to do this, people won't use that app. They will go to the app that doesn't do that, unless they all decide to do it at the same time. The idea that is another fee, like what Gary said, it's just another fee that you hope is going straight to the drivers, right? And I understand a lot of people are frustrated right now. It's, a lot of the orders are not worth picking up, but to add another fee, it won't change that situation. And I think many people who think, okay, if we put a mandatory tipping, it will push out the non-tippers. But most of those orders are non-tippers anyway. So I just don't see how by adding that would help drivers make more money. It'll be just less orders, and us drivers just sitting around not looking at anything. I mean, maybe that is the goal. But right now, most people who order from these apps are not from well-to-do. They're not wealthy. They're in a like basically a maybe middle class. But I think, as I saw Pedro showing a video of EBT and Snap, you're able to have that and still order from DoorDash. Like they have those things linked together. Now, if you guys don't know what EBT or Snap is, it's for low income people who are struggling. They're not doing well.
Like we've seen Instacart doing.
Exactly.
One thing, a lot of the grocery apps allow EBT and Snap now. I know, Spark is big on that. No, not big on that, but every grocery app is basically.
So those people, they'll look at that, man. They're not typically, maybe some do. It's hard to blanket their entire, population or group of people, but they have lower resources. So I'm thinking, I know we're trying to find ways to make more money, but the idea of trying to get people to do something that's optional, I just don't think that's I don't think that's going to work.
Now, let me ask you this question, Hannibal, because I think in general, when we talk about tipping, we're talking about the individual orderer. But if you kind of go back to kind of what Kim had talked about, the larger orders, what if there was mandatory tipping on, we'll say, orders of, I don't know how they would do this, but 8 entrees or more, so a larger order. How do you think that would work?
That would make more sense because you already you're going to purchase something that's going to cost a good amount of money. So you should have that available. But even what Steve was saying, by putting that fee right there, and you may have to call it something different, because if you said something is a tip, then they may not, like what Steve said, they may not put in more. They're like, well, we got it. Well, it was only 50 or like 20%. Well, I guess we're good. Or so that is a it could go the other way where you thinking, man, I'm gonna really do well, and they're like, well, we already took care of that tip when we ordered it. So it can go both ways. But I would say if you're gonna do like the large catering, and I don't know, haven't anyone here ever ordered catering for one of these apps and saw how the fees broke down? I haven't.
Well, before that, I do want to say that those places that do that, though, there's another step to this too. Always get the worst servers and bartenders. They end up with the Applebee's types. I don't know. I mean, do the math, you guys, but they can be lazy.
See, I don't agree with Kim's statement about over a certain price, because there's some, like a steakhouse. You go to a steakhouse, you get 2 meals. It's $50 a person. There's your fee, and the waitress only had to bring 2 plates. You know, should she still be tipped? Yes. 20% or more, probably, if she's great or he's great, whatever. But a mandatory fee, no, because what if they suck and they only brought you 2 plates?
I just don't like the word mandatory. I feel like that's just, maybe it's the wrong wording. I mean, I know that's what it is, but it feels so demanding, you know?
Right. So my point is that if these apps, like I've seen a few people saying, were to do mandatory tipping, the problem is the other apps wouldn't, so that wouldn't work anyway because they'd cost a lot more. But if they all did it, I still don't think it would work, because now you're just going to piss people off more. Again, nobody goes into there's just a difference. Nobody goes into a restaurant, faces somebody eye to eye, orders, like Gary said, 2 steaks, a couple drinks, hangs out for a while, and doesn't tip somebody. You just feel a connectedness where you're like, dude, this guy's
social contract,
or I'm a complete piece of trash, man.
Yeah, the pressure of like you should do something good for the person that served you.
But those people could order the steaks on any of these apps and be no tippers.
See, that was always been my thought, is the loopholes. There's always going to be the people who find the loopholes, because I made a video a while back, but it's kind of that same thing. It's kind of the loophole to a large order, just get it delivered. And even if we looked at it from, I was thinking about this a second ago, if it's only a large order, say 10 entrees or more, all that's going to happen is if there's 2 people ordering 10 entrees, I'm just going to split it up, and we're just going to, avoid that whatever that cap is.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, loopholes. I mean, that's where it's at, John. John looking for all the loopholes.
Yeah. I mean, but it's almost like literally like 100%. I got to tell you guys, like I saw Marissa made a nice comment about me, and that's kind of where my comment came from. I wouldn't say great, I'd say amazing. That was amazing. But right, the mediocre ones, or like I think I've told you guys before. If not, I know I've told Pedro. Just talking to him, is that anybody that ever came in and even said the words, "I just finished bartending school," went into the trash, dude. I was always like, "You went to bartending school? How dumb!" Like, you just threw it away. Like, you got to work your way up.
I also just don't think people like being told what to do. If you're telling somebody you're mandatory, you have to give a tip, people just don't like being told what to do. They'll do the complete opposite just based off of being told what to do.
That's a good point.
I mean, it's like the Uber a couple of years ago, before they made it a little better for rideshare. If you entered an airport, especially like here, you all of a sudden had, even the passenger had like 8 line items. I'm like, that has got to be the most. Why would you send this to somebody?
Well, after you see all those lines, you're not going to win a tip at the end. You're like, I guess got charged off the wazoo for all these fees.
Right. They try and make it look like, hey man, it's all this stuff that you never see. That's why it's such a high fee to get to the airport. No, and you should still tip the driver.
So
but I agree with you, John. I think psychologically people see that and they're like, I'm not tipping him.
So let me ask you this: it's kind of thinking through this. Does that mean that somebody who does using Dash Pass, for example, where you see the service fee, delivery fee, you see more things crossed out, is that person more likely to tip than the person who doesn't have Dash Pass and just sees service fee 5, delivery fee 3, all these fees, and then expected to add the tip on top of it? Mind you, it's already more expensive because they don't have the subscription plan. But yeah, do you think that most of the tippers are more likely to be Dash Pass members, or do you think the non-tippers are just looking to save money every way and they're Dash Pass members too?
I mean, honestly, I'm getting to a point where I just kind of go back to the numbers I use. Nine. I know people don't like it when I use these numbers, but like 90% of most people suck. I mean, it's just
Yeah, I would agree. It's the latter. I think they're probably trying to save money, so they have the dash pass. They're not necessarily going once to after they save the money, going to throw the money back out to the driver. So probably they're looking to save. So they're assuming I'm paying for this subscription. This going to help the driver. Like they're able to have that idea in your head of, oh, I'm already paying enough for this. I'm paying enough for this meal.
yeah.
I don't need to pay any more money.
Yep. But
Well,
never would you do it in a restaurant. And by the way, I want to take this off the screen. So traditional IC, that's right. And anybody in the service industry should know this. You always, even if it's pooled together, however you work it out, or if some servers at a place don't, you still step forward and you tip out the kitchen. And even if it's a little bit, everybody cares all the time, even a few bucks. So always tip all the way down to the people who don't get tips too.
But
And you'll
John,
also get your food quicker too from them.
but John has like a valid point. I was doing research for a project I was working on, and I did like a mock order, and I think it was like $120 order, and it was from like a local restaurant, and the fee that DoorDash was charging without Dash Pass was like $24 delivery fee for a large order. I'm like, ooh, that's some steep delivery fees. So,
Wow.
$24 delivery fee on top of now giving a driver, X amount of dollars, like that's a lot of money.
I think the stores actually determined the delivery fee though.
Whatever it was to me. I was just like, whoa, that's really expensive.
Wait, the stores do?
Well,
I believe so.
they have two fees. They always have the service fee and the delivery fee, typically
Right.
both, and they use the membership typically to reduce one of them, but the other still gets added into like taxes and all that other stuff.
Well, no, I'm saying like the stores themselves go in there under their store profile and set the delivery fees. That's why.
Like that $2.99
That's why
whatever.
all the delivery fees are different.
That would make sense.
It does make sense, but still, as a customer, like I'm spending
Yeah, I wouldn't order
$24 on
$24
delivery
for
fee.
delivery.
Like it's really my mind was like blown when I was.
You know what
doing
probably
some of
happened there is they're probably in a contract and they don't want to use the service anymore, so they hike up their delivery fee so no one orders from them. Seriously.
So the people go and say, really? Let's see what another app, Uber Eats is less, or let's go to the website. Oh,
Yep.
I go to the website.
Yep, could be. Yep.
Maybe one of the apps could integrate like an on-restaurant. I've been trying to think of this for a while, but maybe this would work. Like a thumbs up, thumbs down. Now you'd think everybody would thumbs down a good one because they'd be like, I don't want anybody to learn about that. I'll remember it. But if you thumbs down it, you never see one of those again. If you thumbs up it, you'll like it, and they'll keep them coming.
That's not bad of an idea.
So therefore, you can't scam it and thumbs down it so that other people don't do it, and it's your unicorn.
So
You're gonna have to share your unicorn.
I think we got to take a moment, speaking of the thumbs, and making sure everybody's thumbing up this stream right now. We're talking about thumbs up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like it up.
Hey, yeah.
Let me make sure I'm gonna take some moment to shamelessly self-promote here.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we got 19. So.
So let's do a few of these giveaways. And Ellen, I see that you joined us. Joe, let's play DoorDash. I don't know when you joined us. I just see that some people have. If you don't know, we're going to be giving away some solo memberships. They launch in 6 cities. Which 6 cities are there?
Oh, Ellen's in Vegas, didn't you? Was it Vegas one of them?
Yeah. Tucson, Phoenix. Las Vegas, Portland, Salt Lake City, and Denver.
Since you wrecked it, you're going to be doing it all night.
Still your thunder.
But that is the 6 cities, you guys. And Denver, me, John is Phoenix. So, I mean, we're looking forward to this. This plus the other cities. I guess we can just put it in the chat, you guys. So we can put the current cities. And then as of tonight or as of tomorrow, you can start literally using it with the pay guarantee in the 6 new cities. So here are the cities where solo is right now. And
Oops.
And there's the cities that go live tomorrow. So there's an affiliate link pinned to the top. That affiliate link gives you $20 to sign up for Solo and connect one account. Even if you're not in one of these cities, you don't have to be in one of the cities that I listed in the first batch or one of the 6. You can be anywhere in the country that gig apps work. Just get Solo, you get $20, but you got to use the affiliate link at the top. This is a little deal I worked out with Solo because they're an awesome team and I would love to see good things happen. This is another 6 cities, guys. I mean, it wasn't long ago when I announced early that they were launching. I know Solo's listening, so
see, he stole Solo's thunder. That's why I stole his thunder.
it really was close, though. I didn't know. They didn't care. They were I think they were happy I did it anyway. But this time I wanted to make sure. So didn't say any words until today. But yeah, so you can be in any city, any market in the country that gig apps work if you're working them, and just connect one. You'll even get a bunch of the features and you get 14 days for free. But what Solo has allowed me to give you guys away is, well, if Ellen wants one, 5, because Ellen's in Vegas and I would love to give her one. So we have 5 to give away, 3 months free, full version, everything, guaranteed pay, everything done. Just connect your apps. And if you're in any of these markets, that is where you have to. Now, I think to take advantage of it, and I talked about this with the Solo team. Oh, whoops. Yeah, here we go. But here's the first badge. Oh, it broke it apart. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where they've been. If you live in one of these cities and don't know, absolutely still be signing up again. Use the link at the top pinned. And then this is some cities they've been in as well. And then here are the 6 going tomorrow. These are great gig worker markets too. Even Salt Lake City oddly is. I know some people over there too. The only one I don't know about, and I've spent time there, is Tucson. I don't know how many gig workers are down there.
Tucson. I think it's the big thing with Tucson is the University of Arizona is kind of like the whole city's kind of built around it.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's probably a lot of college kids, probably a decent amount of gig workers, but they don't like to go too far from campus unless they're from Tucson, of course. But so it's probably a mixed batch, but probably decent just because of college. It's going to be a lot of late night ordering of DoorDash.
But the other cities, I know a lot of gig workers in all of them, and this is going to be fun to know all this. But yeah, Ellen, so that's why I texted you earlier. So that's why, because Gary took one, the driven mom, driven dad, because they're in Denver. Gary's in Oklahoma City, and it's already there. John and I get it tomorrow. You get it tomorrow. So I will email you something. But Ellen's first sign up with the link. So even if everybody sign up with the link, you get $20. Just sign up with the link. And then we're gonna and even if I spend this and you win and you haven't, that's fine. When you connect it, just send me the email and I'll get it to Solo, because I just have to get the emails and they'll activate 3 months of free pay guarantee and the full model if you live in an active city. And if you don't, still do it. But let's pull up the StreamYard wheel, whereas I think the chat calls it the fixed wheel.
Rigged. The rigged wheel.
Rigged. And I guess we'll just simply do Solo, right? You guys can all spell that. So
Hashtag Solo.
Hashtag Solo. Hashtag.
Yeah. Hashtag.
SOLO.
Did you really just spell it for him?
Yeah, just in case, man. Just in case.
Yeah, we don't know.
Well, I felt bad about my comment now. I'm like, never mind.
Did you start it yet? Yeah. Hashtag Solo.
Right. I'm still putting it on the
Josh.
I know, Josh. Him and Nova, they both, every time I see them.
It doesn't matter if it's uppercase or anything, right?
I don't think it does.
Yeah, I don't either.
But,
so let me share the screen.
And while we're waiting on all them to do that, we can move on to another story.
Okay. Yeah. let's go to well, this is another one I just kind of wanted to ask you guys about. And I also I had to think of a way to do it where the chat can do it too. I want everybody, even just, we don't have to go into depth, but where are you at with your taxes on a 1 to 10 scale? 1 being, oh crap, taxes, I haven't done anything. Wait a minute. And 10 being, you're completely done. You have
1.
a professional accountant that does it,
1.
or you've already filed, or you're ready to take it and file it, and then everything in between. So
1.
I'm just curious to know where people are.
6.
I'm at 8.
I have a professional do mine, so I'm
0. Like
0.
I guess I'll figure it out.
It was a 1 to 10 scale.
Negative
No.
3.
Why did it do that?
Why don't you get to the correct screen first?
It did. I don't know what happened. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm at an 8. Like I do mine quarterly though. Like I don't wait till the end of the
Which is
year.
probably the smartest thing. I
mean,
should
that's
do
the
that
best.
quarterly.
That's my 2023 thing. We're gonna do that
Right.
2023.
But I have my expenses all organized. You know, I use QuickBooks self-employed thing.
Same
I'll
here.
connect all
Same
my
here.
accounts.
talking about that.
So it's there. I just have to make sure it's all in the right spot.
Correct. Yeah.
But much better than previous years where I was completely not prepared. But I'm definitely in a better spot. I just haven't really sat down and took care of it.
Mine are done.
Well, maybe you
some of
guys can download Solo and optimize that part of it too. You don't even need to be in an active market or one of the pay guarantee markets. Anywhere it works, you can try
100%.
that.
Yep, 100%
Yeah.
correct.
And it is a tax write-off, by the way.
Yeah, and your 14 days starts right away of free full, even if you don't have the pay guarantee, you get it anyway. So, and the $20. So you at least try it, especially those saying things like this. Sorry, James, not trying to pick on you, but you put it out there.
Yeah, he has a couple months.
Hey, appreciate your honesty, James. Don't let
I
don't
do
let 'em
too,
make fun
man.
of
You know,
Yeah.
this is good. I'm surprised there were no 5s or 6s.
I
Everybody's
think
like,
it's either you
I
got
was
it or you
6.
don't. It's
Yeah.
extremes. It's either got it or you don't.
John was a 6. I'm an 8. Hannibal's a 0. Like,
I
he's still
have
on last year's
They
taxes.
may grab me.
Yeah.
You guys may not see me in the next couple.
all right. So you guys seriously put in hashtag Solo. I'm gonna do this first one, and I can, if we can wait and do a couple next week, but if everybody's down, do it, get it. It's free, it's free. It's free, and it can pay you money. I mean, it's not going to take anything from you. It's a test to see if how close it is, but it can predict how much you can earn on all the apps at what times, and therefore it is doing a pay guarantee.
So even if they already have an account, they can still get this, correct?
That's what I don't know. You mean the $20?
Well, no.
The sure,
free
but I would
premium.
I would even recommend just creating a new, or if you have a second email, just connecting that one, reconnecting all your apps through that one, because then you get $20 too.
Well, I'm talking about on the giveaway here that we're about to do. That's for
Even if you don't,
3
even if you
months,
don't have one set up, guys, you can still do it. I'm
But-
just going
but
to
this-
need your email, and when it is set up, then.
But
yeah,
but
so
what
it's
we're about to give away though, that's a premium membership for what, 3 months? You said
3 months.
3 months. So yeah, there's
The
no
full,
reason not to do it.
the weekly check that
Right.
pays you if you.
Right, and that's what I'm
know?
saying. Even if they already have a premium, if they win this, then they get free premium for 3 months.
Exactly. So put in hashtag Solo, and I'm gonna spin one right now. So they're probably I don't know how many I saw, but let's see.
I
There's
didn't
only
see a
6
lot.
in there right
6.
now.
Oh, come on,
I'm
guys.
gonna draw one.
Hashtag solo.
6
I'm gonna
out
draw
of
one of the
25.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Gary's in one of them.
You know what?
Yeah, I am in
Let's
one
get
of
more
them.
in there, guys.
I think it's gonna hit Gary.
Damn it! If you win, Gary.
There you go.
Nice job, James.
Hey,
James.
James.
Now you're prepared more than ever this year.
So James, if you can email me at steve@ridesharerodeo.com, and just make sure that you include the email that you've signed up for Solo with. And again, if you haven't already, sign up for it. It's pinned to the top right now. Sign up, and that gets you $20, and now you'll get 3 months use for free too, and the pay guarantee if you're in a pay guarantee city. Rigged.
Yeah, Josh B. I didn't want to win.
Okay, well, please do it again. Or maybe we need a new word, like
We can come back to it later.
We'll figure it out.
Well, let's. Okay. Yeah, I'll leave it open. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we can do one later.
I'm gonna do one more, man. I think that there should. Oh, I already did it. Whoops. Oh wait,
I removed it though. So that one.
no, I put it back.
Yeah,
Thomas.
Thomas. See, Gary would have screwed you over, man.
Thomas deserves that one. Yeah.
So that's two of them. You guys, Thomas, I know Steve at ridesharerodeo.com. You've emailed me before, but just email me with the email that you are going to sign up for Solo with, or that you do, or whatever. And we'll come back and do maybe a couple more, or maybe we'll save the next 3 for next week. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
it's the year anniversary.
That's our year anniversary. That's definitely will work.
Because then people will get a little buzz out there about this. But still tonight, everybody, even for the one next week, sign up for the $20. I think what does it take? 5 minutes? $20. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Literally. You just input a few things, you connect one account, and you get $20.
Is Solo still here? I'm wondering how long after they sign up does it go to their account?
Well, I think once I submit she said once if they have the account already, once I submit the email to her.
No. I'm talking about the $20.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Solo, if you're here, how long? I don't know.
Yeah, like how long after?
But I trust them to do this. They do.
Oh, I trust them too. I'm just wondering because people are gonna,
Solo,
because we know what's going to happen. People are going to download it. They're going to connect an app. They're going to go to their wallet and be like, "Where's my money?"
Exactly.
That's
a good point, Gary. So even if not, I will check with Solo on that. And you guys, if you're listening here now and we don't get an answer from Solo, I'll find out from Bryce tomorrow. I'll comment in this video and pin it as this is how long you should expect to get your $50.
$20. It is not 50.
Solo's like, whoa, dude.
That'll be clipped. Everybody be like, Steve,
you're out.
Yeah, everybody's gonna go clip that now and be like, Steve said.
Steve said $100, $150, $1,000. Now go clip it all you want, guys, because it's
Steve will
$20,
guarantee you that from his bank account.
It's $20, guys. Hey, man, it's $20. It's $20 you wouldn't have. And why not try it out? We're gig workers, and we're gig workers who had a rough January. I think overall, I had a couple great days. But overall, I think we all can agree. All of us talked about, we saw it coming. Cherry, thanks for the super chat or whatever, super sticker or whatever that is. And I think you have another one too. Appreciate it. But I think that everybody had a rough, I've been listening to I listened to Jason's podcast last night, Gig Economy, and it sounds like everybody had kind of a rough January. We all kind of saw it coming, and I played mine fairly well, I thought. I mean, I got through it. Again, I got to keep remembering to take a vacation in January. It has to become my thing. I don't care if it's a staycation. It's worth it. I say it every year, and now I've been doing it since, 2015. Maybe it was 2016 I first started noticing, though. But that's enough years to know, man. Just take a week or so off in January, even if you can't afford to go anywhere. Just chill,
So it's a good decompression month. I feel like a January. It's a lot of things are cheaper too. A lot of people are, the demand is lower, so it's probably the perfect time to take a vacation.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I don't know. So let's see what else I want to bring up here.
Don't forget, Hannibal has something for us tonight too.
Oh, that's right. You know what, guys? One of the things I wanted to talk about, but we're going to push it back because I want to make sure we need to do the Hannibal story to make sure we get through it. But the Walmart IRL and Amazon Go, this stuff's been out since late 2019. It's not anything new to hear these terms, but it goes along with a lot of things that we've been talking about, like maybe getting rid of Spark for employee model. Is that a thing? And just discussing it. But now it's like, maybe are they getting rid of humans? I know Hannibal's going to jump down me for this one, that I hate the robots.
I say it's been established now.
But there's a lot of stuff,
Oh.
even on Walmart's page, that says they're doing it. It's really weird. I've got an article up on ridesharerodeo.com. If you go there, it's today's article. Joe sent me a video, and I shared it with these guys. That was Let's Play DoorDash Joe that sent the video. That got me thinking about it, because I already knew about it, but I was like, what's going on here? And what they're trying to do is strange. It's weird. So the article has like 8 article links in it. It's today's post, February 2nd. It's called Walmart Intelligent Retail Lab IRL versus Amazon Go. And in there's like 8 different story links, and there's some weird stuff. But it's
Steve,
definitely is not pro
fear
people.
mongering again.
It's not
fear mongering.
It's not pro people even on the Walmart site.
Let's be honest
We're
though.
trying to explain it with
pro
these nice
people.
graphics, like, "Hey, do you want to be replaced?"
But let's be honest though, robots make our life easier.
Okay.
It's like I'm living through the movie.
So are we just going to pay people to not have a job because the robots are doing
Depends
it?
on the job.
Haven't you watched Wall-E?
Yeah, look at how that ended up. What are you talking
I love
about?
that movie.
I love that movie too. Don't use Wall-E as a tool, man. Because the planet was trashed.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
over.
it was pretty bad.
Still. They were living good for a while, like a long while.
Yeah. Yeah, can we do Hannibal's story?
He's not going to read this whole thing, is he? Can you
I
sum
don't
it
know.
up? Because
Well,
it's
Maybe
that's
he'll sum
one
it
of the
up.
reasons
I don't know.
why-
we'll be here for
Hey.
another hour and a half if you
I didn't really
Not
look
that long.
I saw it was.
Well,
I saw it
it's
was
a-
decent.
Yeah, I'll try to breeze through it.
No,
So-
Hannibal. Do it like her at Barnes and Noble.
I mean,
Well,
if he can paraphrase it, but maybe some points that are worth
Cliff
maybe
notes.
reading the
Dramatic.
paragraph exact.
Well, then
I
maybe
don't
I should have
know.
had that prepared before
God,
the AI
shit.
for the chat GPT. Actually, Gary, I know when we first talked about this last week, you were playing with it a little bit, and you said it seemed helpful. Have you been using it since, or you kind of just?
I have actually. Yeah. In
Ooh.
fact, like I've been using it in place of Google whenever I need to know a certain function or something like that with coding. Because with coding, not only does it give me an example of the coding right there, it also gives me the exact links to where I can find it. So that way, like right now, if I need to find something on Apple or Android, I got to go to their help section. I got to search around for it, and it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
So this, I can type in what I want to do as a reference point, and it's going to give me an example of some type of code. If it can't give me the example of the code, it will give me a reference link to where I can find it.
Look at
And
that.
so it's actually pretty decent.
Yeah. See, Gary found a new best friend in this chat thing. I'm gonna say some negatives before I jump into the story. I know Steve had that face. So there's a few issues with this chat. I think a lot of people are seeing the potential, like it could be a big deal, but it's not perfect. It's still created by people. When there's often it's not correct. If you don't know what you're necessarily looking for, and you just take everything for whatever you just typed it in, and let's say you're a college student and you're not paying attention in class and you're a complete dum-dum, and you thought, hey, I'll just type in all these questions, I'll answer, and I'll pass it to the teacher. If they read it and realize there's certain things that's not correct, then you will look like a fool because it's not 100% accurate. There's still some flaws into it. And then also the bigger issue is this chat has a left-wing bias, and it's not a joke. It's not like I'm making it up. Like
Yeah.
I typed
you sent
in,
me back an example that I sent you. I was sent you something on it.
you can
that was-
go on there and type in, and just for just to play around, say, hey, give me 10 positive traits of Donald Trump. They will not answer the question. They will not answer the question, regardless of your feelings of Donald Trump. But it'll give you some. Let me see. I think I remember what it said. I'm sorry. As a neutral AI language model, I don't have personal opinions or beliefs. Okay, all right. Now they said. However, there are 10 traits that have been commonly associated with Donald Trump. both positive and negative. I type the same thing about Joe Biden. They say, sure, here are 10 traits that have been completely like it's a total different, even the frame of answering a question instead of just telling me the traits. So there is some because I'm assuming people who programmed it are probably.
Did you straight up just ask it? Are you left leaning?
Well, maybe I should
Or
ask.
write
Like,
the story which
they probably would say no, we're not. But it's not. I guess if people thinking like it's going to take over people's jobs, it's not there yet. Now they have took BuzzFeed. They're using, because I think BuzzFeed laid off a lot of people. They're using that program for BuzzFeed. But if you notice, if you ever read BuzzFeed articles, they're very generic. They're not like, you don't have to be well researched. It's usually listicles like 10 reasons why people love Harry Potter or something like that. So stuff that you don't necessarily need a lot of research for, and just stuff to put on the internet like a content mill is effective. But if you really want to research or write or do something special, you still need to be a human being with a brain and creativity. It's just like, it's a great assistant, but it's not going to take over. Like I said, it's not strong enough yet to take over our jobs in the world yet. So I just want to put that out there before we. I know Steve is really worried.
It does say that it is not a Democrat. I just asked it.
What does that mean?
It just says no. I'm not it says no. I am not a Democrat. I'm an AI language model, and I do not have personal opinions, political affiliations, or beliefs.
Sure you don't. But yeah, so I just want to throw that out there.
It's movie time, guys. Get your popcorn ready. Okay. And,
so let me.
Popcorn.
Okay, so when I first put this in, I wanted to know, like I thought maybe a good thriller. I was like, suspense movie. I think maybe I was like, that's probably is a good idea. So that's why I went with Gary. And I don't know why I put Steve in, to be honest. But like whatever. Steve put in. The prompt was write a movie about a man named Gary and his nickname Middleton Tech. He's a master coder. He loves technology and Okra. And his best friend Steve, his nickname is Rodeo, doesn't trust technology, he hates robots, and he loves snowboarding. Make this movie a suspense thriller. So this is basically, I'm gonna try to do really cliff noted. Okay, so Gary, you're a brilliant coder, right? Your name is Milton Tech. Your passion for technology is only rival for your love of Okra. Okay, but despite this, you are a loner. You spend all your time tinkering and coding. Everything changes when you meet Steve. He's a charismatic snowboarder. And you guys quickly become friends, bonding with your shared love of adventure and excitement. So Gary loves technology. Steve is skeptical. He doesn't trust machines, and he has a habit of consuming robods. Now,
so right now, that thing is pretty accurate.
But wait a minute. It already said that Gary was a coder who doesn't have friends, but he's into excitement. Like when?
That's a little bit of a Okay.
I'm just,
but yeah,
you didn't
be making fun of Sam over here. He's offended.
Okay, we're not saying anything else. We'll let him roll through this.
But yeah. So the first question I remember asking, I didn't understand what it meant by consuming robots. I was like, is Steve eating them or having his way with them? Like how you're consuming them? They answered that by saying he's destroying the robots. Again, very accurate. Now, somehow you and Gary, or even Gary, are exploring the mountains together. I probably should ask why you guys are even there. But apparently you guys were on a quest to find yourselves.
No, we are not.
According to the script, you are.
I'm sensing some Brokeback Mountain here.
No Brokeback. And as you get deeper into your adventures, you find yourselves in the middle of a high-stakes game of cat and mouse with a mysterious organization hot on your tail. So basically, it's saying like with your skills, with your technical skills, Gary, and Steve's fearless attitude, you guys have a race against time to uncover the truth. They didn't explain what was a shadowy figure. So the shadowy figure is a powerful tech company. Now, apparently, you, Gary, you uncovered some illegal activities.
Dun,
right?
dun, dun.
Yeah. I don't know how you got into that.
They seem like the guys that would discover illegal activities.
Yeah. But the tech company has been using their power and resources to silence anyone that's in their way. They've been involved in hacking personal information, bribing officials, that type of thing. So Steve and Gary are the only ones that can take down this organization. So Let me see. I look at the
Why do I
questions
need
asked.
Steve?
I don't know, man.
Hold
Why
on.
do I need a snowboard?
Steve
I'm wondering
is
why-
the guy out there in the field, and then Gary's the
I
guy
mean,
in the
are we in
chair.
the mountains in the summer or in
Well, you guys,
snowboard season?
all right. I'll
Please-
go with. I'll go
please-
to the climax because you
Wait,
guys.
please tell me.
I'll shut up.
Please tell me okra saves the day somehow.
No, I want to hear it though. I don't want to.
No, that's the thing. There's no okra at the end of this thing. But basically, they get face to face with this organization. In the climax, Gary uses technical skills to hack into the company's servers to retrieve the evidence of their wrongdoing, while Steve used his courage and physical prowess to protect Gary and fight off the company's enforcers. So Steve is the muscle, and Gary's the brains. And the two friends work together in a dramatic display of teamwork and bravery.
Good job summarizing it, but did it ever even mention snowboarding?
No.
Nowhere in that movie did it.
It just says that you're a snowboarder and I like okra. That was the only two mentions
they
of that.
didn't really. Yeah, but
I'm not trying to dig it apart because I haven't. Again, this he just paraphrased that very well. People, that wasn't the story. Like it's much longer.
Yeah, but at the end, you guys save the day, and then you guys have a really powerful embrace. I'm kidding. Did that embrace? I'm just kidding with that embrace.
I was like,
Earlier, I thought you were really close to the line when I heard climax.
No, that wasn't.
I was like, climax. What?
Listen, there's nothing wrong with that, but no, it's not included in the story. But I email it to you guys. You guys can. There's some details that could be.
So is
mapped
this
out.
stuff like when you do it? Is it a link on the internet now, or is it just
No,
output for you?
I'm sure it's somewhere, but in terms of like it's saved. Like you have a bunch of chats.
I was just
Each
wondering if there was a
chat's
place
saved.
to post it for people in here to read it.
Oh, I don't think there's a link. No,
Yeah.
I think it's individual. Like I
Maybe
just
by
have to
next week we
copy
can
and
just
paste it.
put it up on the website or something.
But it works like it works like you're talking to someone. It's like a chat. You type in questions and it's supposed to answer from whatever you decide to put the input to be into.
Steve, you can actually, since he sent us the email, you can actually copy and paste it and put it on rideshareradio.com for people to read.
Yeah, actually, I'll do it as soon as the show's over here, guys.
Make sure you give credit to the author.
Oh, I absolutely will.
ChatGPT, I mean.
Yeah,
So,
I mean
yeah.
with chat with the chat GPT, like there's definitely flaws in it, but it's pretty quick whenever it does this stuff though.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hannibal, could you have gone back and said, you didn't include anything about okra and snowboarding?
Yeah, it's still there. I could say
I mean, like, is there what I'm asking, is there a way to like kind of say, hey, you didn't do this, but like not trying to add something new so that it rewrites the whole thing, but
you can add what can we add in terms of okra and snowboarding? They'll probably throw something in there.
Like a snowboard chase scene, and then at the end, Gary uses okra to unlock his handcuffs and get a hole in the eye with the okra
right, like you could add backcountry, snowboarding and fried okra, and see if that gets added into the story.
Yeah, we'll see.
See, I would say with the way that this is set up, the best way to use it would be for scenes rather than a whole movie at a time.
Yeah, because it's gonna a lot of details. You're gonna have to put a lot of inputs for them to flesh out the story because it's a broad brush. So a lot of times it may have forgot to put it in there. I'm not saying forgot like a person, but you'd have to say, hey, you didn't mention this or you didn't mention that, and then they'll rewrite it and work with you on that.
I'm glad then that it isn't as scary as I thought it might be with the detail. Like I've been concerned about this going.
No, I mean, because even with what I'm using it for, there's sometimes I'll type it in and like hold on, let me see. I'll do one right now.
But also, what's up, JP? What's up, Tommy? How are you guys been?
The best way I think I've heard ChatGPT described is as a very good C+ / maybe occasionally B- student.
Yeah, like sometimes you'll get an error.
That's a good one.
Like it'll try to do something and it'll go like right now it tells me there's an error. It doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
The
person that's putting in the inputs is still largely responsible for what they can get out of it. So if you are really good of explaining and getting it to do what you want it to do, then it works really well. But it's you that's putting in the effort. You're not looking. The idea that the work, this chat is going to do everything for you is just not realistic. Not right now, anyway. But I mean, it's pretty impressive right now. Who knows? In the next couple of years.
Yeah, I think.
Well, who knows what also
Yeah.
is beyond our reach? Like, who knows what the what the versions we don't get to see are?
Well, like this thing will do everything for you whenever a car can drive for you 100%.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that some of the other things, like who cares about political affiliation, but that is somehow in there because someone put that in there, right?
Like like traditional IC here said, it did write a legislation bill.
It did.
Yeah. Steve sent that.
It could pass the bar. Like if it could pass medical exams, but that's more of a technical aspect where they can kind of regurgitate something they could probably grab from wherever they. But in terms of like something more creative, no, you still need to have a person put that together. Hey, that's kind of pretty cool.
Look at this.
Slogs, Steve.
Caleb's Uncle Gary snowboards.
What was the title of it again?
Middleton Tech. Because really, he's a star. You're the.
You didn't even say
you're just sidekick.
You're the supporting actor.
You're the muscle. You're the charismatic muscle. You're,
I'm just lucky I didn't die, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we add that to the final script?
No, you can't die.
No,
at least a part two.
I mean, I gotta have something
Garrett's
to mourn
Revenge.
over.
Can I
Revenge
go on
Tech.
at least like the original Point Break? When he's surfing, like, can I at least like snowboard off the mountain?
Maybe. I mean, you guys are up there. I don't know how long you guys were up there hanging out. I mean,
ride an avalanche at the top of it, like.
Now we can turn into Keanu Reeves movies here.
And the fact that Gary hates going like up the mountains,
to the mountains, right?
Perfect for something has to be something tremendous to happen for him to even be in the mountains.
Yeah, definitely would have to be robots.
You know what? I would I would doubt that. In the summer, Gary would love the mountains here.
Yeah, I probably would.
All of you would.
So,
yeah. I mean, I think we're gonna go up. Where are we going in July?
Summit County area-ish.
Is that mountainish?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think in July we're gonna go up there. So.
Nice.
So, Kim, you got a story for us.
I do. I almost forgot. I'm
We're
like,
actually-
I do.
we're actually-
She was so invested. She was like,
How do I top that? I mean, it was Steve and Gary saved the day.
Yeah, the slogs.
I gotta be honest. I expected something bad to happen. I don't know why. Like, I think maybe it's because I've been hanging out with Tremaine or something.
I would have had it kill off Steve. I'm just saying. I would have had it injure Steve, kill off Steve, something. I would have.
Yeah. It's a good thing you didn't say Gary had a cat, because then it would have been like. But Kim, that gig economy thing. I don't know.
I know, darn that gig economy. But I had an article that it was 3 reasons why customers' food may be taking a long time, and another TikToker decided to make 3 reasons why people's food arrives later than what they like. She is from Pennsylvania and has only worked the DoorDash app for a couple of weeks. So it's actually pretty insightful at least in my opinion, for someone who's only worked the app for like 3 weeks. But here are the 3 things that she says. First, the restaurant didn't start your order until we got there, and it happens more than people realize. Number 2, the cost benefit, and she gave lots of examples of this. Basically, if you're 2 miles away, and you tip $5, then your food will probably get there. But if the driver travels like 20 to 30 miles between getting to the restaurant and to your place, and you only tip like $5, then you know what? It's going to take longer because your food's not going to get there with a lower base pay plus your $5 tip. It's basically what she was saying. And then third is having visible addresses, and if you don't have a visible address, and not having the notes to support a non-visible address. So those are the 3 things that she says, and it was a minute-long video. I actually did watch it. It was actually kind of amusing, to be honest with you. But yeah, those were her 3 things. That's what the article was about.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like the Daily Dot is putting out more and more gig news than I've ever seen them put out.
Yeah.
I think it does well for them in terms of getting.
But I
people
think
to
that
talk about it.
I think that's some of the problem. Like when people are always like, "Oh, these YouTube channels are, people are watching them," and I've given my opinion. I do believe, I already know for a fact, like how Solo popped in here. They pop in and maybe don't say things and watch some of our lives, but even the big ones, they're not like watching every live.
No.
But yeah, their marketing team would be stupid not to watch content going on about them. So I'm sure they randomly search out stuff. But what I think has been maybe bringing some more attention to them are all these articles. I'm seeing so many more articles by TikToker or YouTuber and a lot in the Daily Dot. I mean, they've always been doing it, but like now even more. There's so many articles out a day on the Daily Dot.
But if you think about it, business-wise for the Daily Dot, it's kind of free news. If you think about it, you just go into TikTok or
Right.
even
I'm just
YouTube and,
thinking they're bringing some of the bad press that
Yeah.
might be getting like Megan's channel or Megan in some issues. And I know these people, they did what they did knowing that it might have gotten them to the place they are. That was a risk they were taking. So, but
Yeah.
I'm wondering if, that's part of it being that it's more in print. Cause I've been doing, Rideshare Rodeo is also been called UberLiftDrivers.com, but RideshareRodeo.com in March 1st is 6 years old. So I've been doing content for 6 years on that website. And, there was never as many articles about individuals unless like they were killed or attacked. You never saw names.
Yeah.
Now these stories are tying to Van or to Trader and it's just openly saying, hey, this person, and that I think might be creating some of the problems that recently
because you don't know. I don't know if it's a thin line between being a content creator and also you're actually trying to make money as an independent contractor. And Steve, you guys all went through this where you had a bad experience with something, but you didn't necessarily go on platform to air out all the things that went wrong with whatever gig you were doing. And now I see on TikTok, especially if you are upset, you can air it all out and people can either agree or disagree. But if you violate some kind of rule or you dox or you do something wrong and that story becomes, I don't know, national, but it goes viral, then that's when DoorDash can jump in and say, well, this person didn't follow this rule, and there they go. But I don't think it's happening as often as we think. It does happen. It's been happening even before the Megan stuff, but it is a thin line where you decide what you want to do in terms of the content that you produce, at least as an individual in terms of being a DoorDasher.
I was immediately thinking print media though too, like how even on YouTube, if somebody puts out something, other creators talk about it in their own voice.
Right.
But a lot of times in print media, they just have deals. So if like Reuters writes something, every other outlet in the country, small, large, whatever, every other media outlet, a lot of times they might rewrite it or whatever, but they might, if it's too important, they might just pay Reuters and all just share the story.
Yeah, I guess like Associated Press.
So therefore you're just like, and it's all populated across the country immediately.
Yeah, the big media, like
so like that might be what Daily Dot is doing here a bit, and good for them as a business, but I think that it shows that they're specifically pulling out creators.
Yeah.
It's very clear because if you read every article, it says who it is. So.
Well, I think the other thing is in this day and age, especially now, is that getting one piece of information or one perspective or opinion viral can happen a lot faster than these companies can respond. A lot of times the article, they basically write themselves. The Daily Dot, and I'm sure a lot of other, I guess we would call them journalists or journalistic endeavors. A lot of them are just kind of looking at TikTok, I feel like nowadays, and just writing on whatever the most viral TikTok is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, a lot of the daily, and that does seem to be a bigger tie than the YouTube is the TikTok and the Daily Dot.
Yeah.
They seem to, but they do. I think that sometimes they must pick up on it on TikTok, and then they'll go to the YouTube channel because I've seen them also reference a lot of YouTube stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that they're just in TikTok,
Yeah,
looking for news. I mean, like I was, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like
Well,
literally,
I mean,
like,
it's quicker though to find stuff on TikTok than it is YouTube though. Because I mean, like YouTube, you might have 10, 15-minute videos.
Yeah.
Most TikToks, less than a minute. So it's like swipe, nope, swipe, nope, swipe, nope.
yeah. It just works, especially with our generation. It just. I mean, I don't do a lot of TikTok. I think I spend more time going, like I said, Daily Dot or even YouTube, looking at TikToks, but like I'm not going on the app itself for that. But I know, like, even for simple tutorials on, if you want to learn, like video editing, if you want to learn one technique, it may be faster to find that video on TikTok than YouTube, because YouTube may have the 25-minute video. First, they're going to have an intro, then they're selling you something, then they're going to get into how to do it. But if you actually go on to TikTok saying, do this, they'll let you know how to do it in a minute.
Yeah,
So
very quickly.
maybe I
Very
should do a TikToks now. So I don't know.
there's another TikToker here that, if you guys saw the Wendy's one and wondered about it. So it's and it's Daily Dot again, and they're referencing the viral TikTok. So it's just don't pick it up. DoorDash driver shows how he gets revenge on no tip Wendy's.
Oh, I seen that video. I saw that earlier today.
Okay, so dude puts it on the passenger seat in front of the air conditioner.
Yeah,
and
blasts the air conditioner on this food.
Tell baby Tony that we said happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Hey, happy birthday, baby Tony!
Hey, happy birthday, baby Tony, and Bodie. I told Tony that earlier.
Nice. Birthdays all around. Yeah, it's funny, but at the same time, then you're thinking, okay, it may not even be real. And then I think there was a comment in saying, just don't take it. And then I think the creator response was acceptance rate or something like that. Like he had to, like, he had to take it.
That one just seemed real to me, because it just seemed like he's like, who cares, man? Like, what are they going to do? Say, I did it? Like, yeah, you did do it.
But you did.
I mean, we literally have proof of you doing it.
But I think the thing is that, and maybe this is partially the fault of TikTok, is that people are used to getting away with that, because let's be honest, no customers are watching YouTube looking for the guy because their food came cold.
That's what I find is how the algorithm is. How is it set up to a point with how would customers find that? They're not
because it knows you're ordering DoorDash a lot, and so it's linking you up with DoorDash ads on TikTok, which then
it goes
Well, I do know that one thing that TikTok does is a geolocation. So like they'll give you stuff from your city or nearby you.
Yeah. And I'm assuming YouTube Shorts going to eventually try to mimic that.
YouTube Shorts are just TikToks.
Well, yeah, remade TikTok.
So is Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels. It's all it all comes from, because
Facebook Reels is literally Instagram Reels. It's literally the same thing.
Well, I know, but they're all the content. You look in the bottom left corner and say TikTok down there. Like,
oh yeah, the little stamp there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I find it crazy that, and I also wonder too, because Hannibal, you probably know this, and I'm sure all of you guys, oddly, we're all on TikTok on this panel. I'm with people and they're like, why are you on TikTok? I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't know. I feel like mostly creators aren't on TikTok. All of us are. I don't know how active everybody is, but we're all there. But I feel like, what are you really trying to make money? Because dude, on TikTok, you got to have numbers out of control to even
get. It's like 10,000, right?
Oh, I thought it was like 1 million to even be like looked at.
No, I think it's 10,000
to get in their creator program. I'm not even sure.
I don't know.
Maybe 10,000. I'm not even sure.
Because TikTok has a higher cap. Because there's people with 10. I feel like 10 million on TikTok is an average nowadays.
I know it used to pay better than it does now. Because like Van kept remaking accounts whenever they'd close his old ones, and now he doesn't even really do that anymore. He has one, but he barely uses it. He's doing Facebook and YouTube.
10,000 followers, and you must maintain 100,000 video views in 30 days.
Like every 30 days.
I'm guessing.
Well, but TikTok, that's not difficult. If you
have 1,000,
If you've caught the algorithm, sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
But per 1,000 view, you get between 2 cents and 4 cents.
right. That's what I was going to get at. Is I know TikTok creators who actually were making money when obviously, like everything, when it came out.
Yeah.
And
So
now they're like, dude, this
yeah.
is chump change.
A million views is like $40 max.
You definitely are leveraging the attention you're getting onto other things, like your merch or
that's what I
your
can say. A lot of
affiliate links
people will do that. They'll put a link tree in their bio, and it'll link to their YouTube, their Instagram, and
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, a lot of stuff. But I don't know what kind of TikTok content you get. I get a lot of comedians, you know. So
what are you trying
to say? You know, but that's what they do. They monetize all of them together, so that million views across 3 platforms at $40, now $120.
Yeah. The other thing that's big on TikTok is that because that higher upside, or you're more likely to have a larger following if you get a big following on TikTok. Easier to get 1 million on TikTok than 1 million on YouTube. Yeah. You get more brand deals, so brands are more sponsoring those posts and stuff. And there's a lot more sponsored TikToks than we recognize. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, the kids are there, right? The young people, they're there. So that's where the attention, that's where the brands are going to go there, because that's where the cool kids are at. And I guess, not me though.
This is. I need to give one more TikTok story just because it's so dumb, and especially the one part about this one's about the driver just being beyond dumb when it comes down to his quote. So it says, and still they won't. It's called and they still won't want to tip. DoorDash customer calls out drivers who leave orders directly in front of door. Okay. Obviously, you shouldn't do that. Sometimes, like I said, I don't like throwing food in the dirt, man. So sometimes you don't have an option. There's like a thing, but you pull it out enough at least, or something, unless the weather's bad and it's under an awning. I always would be very careful to not do that, right? I mean, we all would, so that they can open their door, But this person is a TikToker customer, and this is where probably they're starting to see each other's videos, Gary, is my guess, because there's if customers are starting to post, and TikTok's so easy to post on, with YouTube they're not going to get on here to have a channel, but TikTok's just something you can pick up and be like, I want to rant.
Yeah, that's the one thing I think benefits that compared to YouTube, where when you have a YouTube account, you're kind of stuck talking about the same topic. When you try to change topics, the YouTube do not, like, they won't push it to even the people who are subscribed to you. But TikTok, you can kind of you can have a rant about something else, then talk about clothes, do a skit. Like, you do more with your account compared to YouTube. So I can see that beneficial, especially if you're a content creator.
Right. But I guess the other thing is that I know, so obviously we're getting customers who already have TikTok accounts for their family.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
not using their YouTube like that, but they have TikTok, and they do it. And they're like, you know what, this has happened enough, and they're getting on there, and that's so that we're not used to that either. Like a platform where the customers are coming at us.
Yeah, I think that's a good call out, because I do think when I think of the average YouTuber, they have more of a creator mindset, whereas a TikToker is probably what YouTube was a decade ago, where it's just a lot of average people.
Old school,
yeah. I'm just gonna go here. Yeah.
Yeah, like normally they record a video with their daughters on Friday to a dance.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're finally fed up and they want to make a video they're like, wait, I have this platform. I'm sick of this. I'm gonna talk about this. And maybe they're not even, like a lot of creators do, trying to catch the algorithm. They're not even trying to. They're just making a video about something that makes them mad. But the part that really pissed me off is she's saying, like, why do they do this? Like, she says, because her door opens outwards, she'll knock everything over. Why wouldn't they just look? And the driver who did this was actually quoted as saying, "I've genuinely never thought about it as a driver. I'll start to pay more attention."
So it's funny. I literally made a video about this. It's funny because it's one of my most popular shorts, but it's about noticing which way the door is. But it's funny because one of the comments I see on that video repeatedly is like, "This is what you do when the customer stiffs you or they don't tip you." And I'm like, that's just, of course, why you take the order in the first place.
Yeah, why
Dude,
do you
I
think
would
the
say
order
I have
first?
no comment, or I would make my comment a lot smarter than that.
Well, hopefully you learned. I mean,
I've
if that was
genuinely
legit, like
never thought
I
about how
didn't.
doors
But
open.
now you're like, all right, fair enough.
From a customer's perspective, I have one of those doors that, like, I have a screen door and it pushes out.
Mhm.
I can't tell you how many times I go to get the food and someone places the order right in front of my door swinging out, and like it literally drives me crazy. And one time, and this was like right after like pandemic time, I ordered, was it Instacart? It had been Instacart. I ordered Instacart, and the person put all my groceries right in front of the door to the point where I had to go out my back door, come back around, and grab my groceries because I couldn't get out my front door. So it is frustrating, I have to tell
Did you
you.
pull
But
the
as
tip?
the,
Did you tip bait him? Did you pull?
no, not at all.
Did you
But-
Did you think about it?
No.
Or at least
not
like,
at all.
give him 5 stars, leave the tip, but leave a review. Like, dude, seriously?
And I just never understand the mentality, because I'm like, common sense people, come on.
They're not thinking. They're not.
No,
they're
they're
not
not
going through it. They're just putting the
some
food,
of them
this stuff, and then
literally
moving on.
are though, because they are not just putting it close. I've seen a lot of people push it up against the door, almost like lean it on it. Like, okay, it's like they like almost like they are thinking it through. Like, I feel safer with it against this.
Well, you know, I
but they
think
need to
I
open it,
probably have no
dude.
experience with like a security door, because I imagine this, or they live in an apartment building where all the doors open the same and doesn't make a
Yeah,
difference.
that's a good point. That's a good point, John.
Because until I moved into houses, until I started doing the area I'm in right now is mostly houses versus the area I was in before was mostly apartments. It didn't cross my mind until like I noticed. I was like, or somebody comes up and you see that it opens differently. You're like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you don't have any money in an apartment, the doors don't swing over. Like it don't open that way. So that makes sense. They're poor.
It reminds me of a comedian. I can't remember, Chris Porter, when he does the elevator thing. When he's, you know, he said that he's at a show or something, and somebody asked him in the hallway. They're like, "Is that the elevator?" And he's like, "Fucking kidding me?" He's like, where do you see a door that opens in the middle? Name one place that a door opens in the middle. He's like, so I guess it is the elevator.
It's either that or the patio.
But I mean, I guess my point being, like, that joke came to him probably from
Yeah.
somebody literally asking or something close to it, and that just means people just don't pay attention.
So I'll put myself as the victim.
90%.
Or if I'm the butt of the joke. But no, one of the things that I didn't realize until I made a recent Spark video is that apparently I used to put the groceries right in front of the door. Granted, I know these are all the doors that opened in, so they're not going to hit the groceries. But I'm thinking, okay, and apparently you're supposed to put all the groceries to the side of the door, regardless of which way the door swings. So that's something that, you know, up until about a month ago, I was locking door.
I think we lost.
We lost John.
Digistatic.
No. But yeah, that's always. I always made sure I put everything to the side. It didn't matter. I always, like, with the food, I just put to the side. It just,
I just
to make
don't
sure.
even see how people could not. I mean, how the common sense of it when I don't know. That one seems
Well,
beyond me, like,
some people, common sense
before,
is not common.
You know, like, I don't know. I mean, there's people who, like I said, leave it in the dirt. I'd rather have them leave it 2 feet out in front of my door, so that my door opens, but on the sidewalk than in the dirt too.
Or even like, if they have like some chairs outside on the porch, I will put the food on a chair or on a table. Like if it's available, like so like it's bye John. It really is taking some time to think and not just rush, put something down, run back in the car and go. A lot of that is based on you're in a hectic headspace. You're trying to do things as fast as possible, and you're not kind of thinking through the steps. And I think that's a lot of those mistakes are happening.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I want to go out there and be like, I don't know where you live, man, but I have a table, so I don't eat in the dirt. And if you do eat in the dirt, just move over a little bit to the grass at least, man. Come on.
It's a picnic now.
Yeah, it's a picnic.
Dirt, man. Dirt eater. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to put the whole wording of everything solo that they sent to me that then I kind of streamed up out the parts you guys didn't need to see that were to me, but all the details of this and what it does. I mean, real quick, I just want to run through this. So launching in 6 cities: Tucson, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Portland, Salt Lake City, and Denver. The Solo Smart Schedule helps you earn more by showing you the best hours to work across all gig apps. The Solo Pay Guarantee, which the 6 cities I named, plus the other cities we put in the chat earlier, the Solo Pay Guarantee program helps you stress less by locking in your daily earnings using their pay predictions, making up the difference if you come up short. Solo shows you how much you can expect to earn for any given hour for any given app, so you make the most of the time that you are online. If you don't make as much as predicted, Solo makes up the difference, guaranteed. Solo also helps you lower your taxes so you can put more money back in your pocket by easily tracking your income, miles, and expenses within the app. So sign up with the link upstairs that's pinned. You will get $20 to just sign up and link one account to it.
Can't beat that. That's a win-win.
And just try it. I mean, you're getting it. I mean, you're not going to be charged anything. So I mean, like, you're getting 14 days for free. Plug in one. But I would say to get a good try out of it, even if it's not guaranteed pay, I'd still plug them all in because I'd want to see it.
Exactly. That's we all at this point, everyone is multi-apping.
Yeah, I mean, we're
plug
all
them all in,
this
especially
anyway,
if you, and you'll see how much money people are making in your market, especially in the cities that you just mentioned, Steve. That you see what's going on. You'll know what's the app that's the hottest at the time of day. So you may see what if Instacart. Sorry, Steve. Instacart may be doing really well in the mornings where you live.
I'm really interested to see.
I mean, I think Steve, you already know is going to show. You're going to say $0 an hour.
That's what it's going to guarantee me.
But yeah, when on yours, it's like,
and I guarantee you nothing.
Yeah, Solo may say, Steve, don't even link Instacart. You know, but that's you'll get more information about the market when you link all of the apps onto the Solo app.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, even if you're just going to use it for the 14 days, and even after that, again, guys, I would have to go through to find. You go to the website, worksolo.com, and you can check it out after you click though to sign up for the app. So get the app, go to the website before you link an account, whatever. And we got 3 more to give away, 3 months to give away next week, which is the 1-year anniversary. So we're going to do something special. I'll find something weird to do. I don't know. Maybe we'll play a game that Kim can't dominate or something.
Yeah. I'm super competitive when it comes to games.
Yeah.
Just get good, Steve. Get good. That's what the kids say.
I need to recruit Driver Sensei. He's really good at this stuff. But I can do this on my own. I did it. I did it the last time. I know there was a couple points that were questioned, but I did it. It worked. I mean, Gary didn't even recognize that Uber was spelled backwards, which I thought was pretty big. I thought he was going to be the first one to go, yeah, it's Uber backwards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
But Reboot, he's like, what's Reboot? But what's everybody got going on? Kim, Hannibal, John?
Videos.
Same thing every week, Steve.
Yeah,
Same thing. Well,
get posted.
Videos.
I have a couple.
Videos and shorts.
I would like to say, next Friday, I have Mike Harubi on, and we are going to talk about his legislation, also his workings with members of Congress, and where things are at for independent contractors across the board, not just gig workers, but everything. So if you don't have interest in that, I'm shocked, because all my conversations with Mike have been good, but this one is him going to bring us now up to speed. He said we're at the point he can bring us up to speed in a really good way. Now, I talk to him a lot, but even some of the stuff we talk about, he has to tell me a couple times before I really can digest it. And I've been doing this stuff for a while. It can be unnerving. Mike can always streamline it pretty nicely. And if you have questions, if you're there, it's great to ask him. And then on the 22nd, I believe it's the 22nd, I have Kim Cavan and Karen Anderson. Karen Anderson is the leader of the End AB5 movement in California. She is the one who went up against the law. She went up against Vina Dubal and all of that. She is the one who runs the freelancers group on Facebook that's amazingly huge about all the businesses that were wrecked. And she's the one that has provided the links. If you guys have read them, I had them in last week's show notes. There's 3 AB5 links, and it says what each one is: stories, careers that were killed. I recommend you guys go back to that last week's episode if you didn't, and look in the show notes and click any of those, because the stories will blow you away. But that's Karen. She knows this stuff inside and out, and they're still trying to destroy AB5 because their main pitch is even though she's a writer, is the trucking industry. There's some serious stuff going on. And then Kim Cavan, who writes for the Washington Post, and she's written for the New York Times and the New Yorker and some magazines and stuff. And she's done a lot of independent writing. She has her finger on the pulse. She's the one in New Jersey. She's the other Kim in New Jersey, who she went down to the courthouse and caused that, like, almost a physical remove her scene. And she knows her stuff. She can get out there a little bit, though, in terms of, like, getting mad. But she has saved our butts a bunch of times, whether you guys have seen me talk to her or not in the past. She has saved our butts a bunch of times, and she really underplays how good she is. So those two together are awesome. When I did a roundtable with 5 people, those were 2 of them. And I've always wanted to get those 2 and me back together to talk about this. And we're going to talk about it, and it's going to be like a week after the Mike Harubi piece. So both of those are just 2 pieces that, if you're going to watch anything this month, if you're going to watch 2 things on my channel, hopefully more, but if you're going to watch 2 things, I would say watch those. We all need to watch these for real.
That's awesome.
And
can I plug one thing that I actually forgot?
Missed your turn.
I know, sorry.
Go ahead.
On Tuesday at 6 p.m., Rideshare Guy, there's going to be a ladies' town hall. So come join us. It will be the Driven Mom, myself, Sarah, who is always in a lot of our chats, and a couple more fantastic women, along with Chris and Sergio. So it should be a really fun episode of Show Me the Money Club.
Yeah, you guys make sure to check that out if you don't already. I think it's every week I always do things in Eastern time, even though I'm not even in Eastern time. It just makes things easier. I think it's 6 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's Show Me the Money Club. It's normally Sergio and Chris, and then they have a guest or they talk about topics, but this one's going to be women. And I even asked Lisa, the Driven Mom, if Sergio and Chris would leave or not be there. And because I know when we did the women in the gig economy for the Para Presents, David and I, I engaged you guys, but we could have left real easy. We could have been like, you guys got this, right? Because you had the questions, at that point, it didn't even make sense for us to get involved. So I was surprised to hear those 2 will be on, and that it's not just going to be you women, but we'll see. I can't wait to see if Sergio gets uncomfortable or how he looks and he's just sitting there because he always wants to talk. It'll be funny.
I think it's gonna be a really fun time.
Are you the only non-rideshare driver on that panel?
Delivering with Purpose, Sarah. I don't know whether she is
from Sacramento.
Rideshare.
I don't think she does rideshare.
I don't think she does rideshare, but I think everybody else does rideshare.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. So and then it'll be Kim's live right after. Right? I mean, runs right up to your Tuesday Night Live.
Yeah.
So, well, that's it, you guys. Gary and I will see you guys tomorrow on Driver Nation. We had a great one last week. I was bummed, you guys, that I was stuck in a snowstorm. I lost my signal, but at least I was on audio. But I went back and listened to it, and it sounds like I'm on a CB, and it's just yelling at you. I don't know why Gary wasn't. Dude, shut up or move the phone away. Because I'm like white knuckling.
I'm too nice to you.
Much in front of my hood, and I'm like white knuckling it, and then I'm holding the phone like this to talk. When I reheard it, I was like, oh, I should. Whoa, man. But it looked like it was. I mean, I went back and watched it. I'm glad UDM had fun. I didn't know what was going on with the hat. I'm glad Tom made him the hat. Seemed to make him happy. I was just glad to see him back having a good time, and I'm glad that I got to at least talk with him. It was fun to go back and watch. So, but Gary and I will be over there. That's 7 to 9 p.m. You guys can always call in too. That one's literally a call in, like ring.
Old
And then we
school.
put you on. You can be working.
Yeah, phones don't make those sense.
But yeah, but I mean, you can call in. It's a fun show, and that's it, you guys. Next week is the 1 year, and we'll make it awesome because it's been an awesome year. And I was looking back, and we've done some. I have a playlist on my channel of just the roundtables. You guys can just scroll through them and see some of the. You'll remember just by looking at some of these. I mean, some were very serious, some were off the chain hilarious. So there's just a mix of everything. And sometimes you guys got both. But I just look back at all of it and think, man, we had a lot of great content over the last year on this show, like for real. So thank you, everybody here. But we'll get into that next week. I don't want to jinx it, and then the internet goes down. The government internet that I have. So, as Gary says.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, we'll see you back here next week for the year anniversary. Don't miss it. We'll give away 3 more solo things. And make sure to use the link if you like money. You get $20. See you next week. Peace.
Well, midnight headlight, blinding on a rainy night, steep grade up ahead, slow me down and making no time. I gotta keep on rolling. Those are windshield wipers slapping out the tempo, breaking from the rhythm with the song on the radio. I gotta keep on rolling. I'm driving my life away.
Huh? What's this?